Happy afternoon, friends. Thanks for joining in. It's beautiful to have friends from across the country joining in this session. I promise you the next 30-35 minutes is going to be worth your time. It might be a session which is faster than what I'm normally used to. My style of delivery is taking a subject and building it properly and then delivering it. But today, because we have 30 minutes time and I want it to be very, very crisp, so I might be a little fast in some points, and I request you to bear with me. And in case you have a question anywhere, either on the WhatsApp group that we have for this program or on the chatbot over here, please feel free to write down your thoughts, your questions, as well as your sabashis as the program goes on. Now, just to get the right frame of mind for the program, here is something very beautiful for you. The title of this is How Do You Stay Positive During Tough Times? Now, what I'm going to share with you right now is not something that I have written, but something that I read just a couple of days back. It made me laugh a lot. It has made me sing a lot. And it has taken me to another zone of strength and positivity. So the title of this is Sing in the Mud. Now, the US Navy SEALs are the fittest and the toughest people on planet Earth. People who want to be US Navy SEALs, when they go for their physical examination, and the age has to be somewhere between 18 to 28, more than 28 you are out, less than 18 with parental permission you can come, not otherwise. Now when they are given the entrance test, there is a basic minimum cutoff level, and then there is a desired level. If you have the desired level, then you are straight away in. If you are at a cutoff level, you have to go through 3-4 rounds of selection. So what is the basic minimum and the desired level? I should be able to swim for about 500 yards, which is about 460 meters, in a time of less than 9 minutes, which means I should be able to swim a kilometer in somewhere around 19 minutes. I should be able to do 50 push-ups in 2 minutes, and the desired number is 90 push-ups in 2 minutes. I should be able to do 50 sit-ups in 2 minutes with the desired count of 90 sit-ups in 2 minutes. I should be able to do 10 pull-ups from a dead hang, which means I'm hanging, with a desired count of at least 18 pull-ups in less than 2 minutes. And finally, I should be able to run for 2.5 kilometers under 10.5 minutes with the desired time of 9.5 minutes. 2.5 kilometers of running in less than 9.5 minutes. Now, when I do this, they say I am ready to be at the entry level. Now, the 9th week of SEAL training is referred to as the Hell Week. A unique aspect of Navy SEAL training is the Hell Week, which was originally, ironically, sarcastically also called as the Motivation Week. Now, this week was designed to mentally and physically test the recruit beyond any normal means to determine who has the true grit to be a Navy SEAL. The resultant sense of accomplishment and awareness of an individual's innate ability to accomplish significantly more mentally and physically than any preconceived perceived limitations is the stated outcome of Hell Week. Which means what they say is something that they call as the 20x factor. They say if you come to a place thinking you should be able to run about 5 kilometers, the Hell Week should be able to show that you can do 20 times more. Now that is why it's called the Hell Week. The Hell Week is called the 20x factor. Whether you are a Navy SEAL recruit or an assembly line worker at a car manufacturing plant, the belief of human psychologists is that a human being is capable of achieving at least 20 times what they think they are capable of accomplishing. And the key to this is to take action to unlock hidden potential. The week called the Hell Week is designed in a way where it helps you to unlock this hidden potential. It is 6 days where you sleep for less than 5 hours total, constant physical and mental harassment, and one special day in a place called the Mud Flats. Now what happens in mud flats is, you are next to the ocean, you have to dig a hole, you go down in the mud, the temperature of the water out there is somewhere around 10 degrees, sometimes 4 degrees and 5 degrees. And you have to be there from the evening, which is around 5:36, to early in the morning. So close to 14 hours, they have to remain over there. Normally, 9% people survive the hell week. They are put inside the mud where nothing but the head is visible. And the instructors motivate people to get up and leave. And you know what's their motivation? Oh, out of all of you, if just 5 of you quit, we will get all of you out of the cold. They do their best to make you believe that you can't. And it is bone chilling. Water, imagine water 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 degrees, and mud in the night is much, much more cooler. And what do people do? So Admiral William H. McRaven shares this, that when he was going through this, as they had just completed 8 hours and everybody is shivering, one guy started singing. The song was terribly out of tune, but sung with great enthusiasm. One voice became 2, 2 became 3, and before long, everybody in the batch was singing. Admiral William says, that day we realized that if one man could rise above the misery of others, then others too will. When one man rises above the misery of others, others too will. The instructors kept threatening you. If you sing so horribly, we'll throw all of you out. But it was a threat. Nobody listened to that threat. The singing persisted for 8 hours. And he says somehow the mud seemed a little warmer, the wind a little tamer, and the dawn, which is also 8 hours away, not so far away. Admiral William goes on to say, if I've learned anything in my time serving in the United States forces and traveling across the world, it is the power of hope. The singing of that one man gave everybody else hope. The power of one person, whether it's Abraham Lincoln, Nelson Mandela, Mahatma Gandhi, or even this young Pakistani girl called Malala, one person can change the world by giving people hope. Which means, in these tough times, if you want to change the world, first, be a beacon of hope for everybody around you. On a lighter note, start singing when you believe that the morale of everybody else is going down. On a practical level, never ever lose hope. You know, Winston Churchill, the Great Britain Prime Minister, used to say this, never waste a crisis. He says, never waste a crisis. Now, what does he mean by that? It's very simple. He says, crisis equates everybody. In a crisis situation, nobody has an advantage over somebody else. But is the person who is determined, who's courageous, who's bright, is that person who will take a leap and move ahead everybody else. So with this as the mind frame, that I don't know about the average of the world, but I'm going to be a beacon of hope to myself. I'm going to be stronger than the average out there. Among all the people I know, the positivity in me, which will be much more than others. I'm not going to be a person who will complain. I'm not going to pass on gossip about kya re, kya chal raha hai, oh no, what the hell. You know, again in the hell week, if anybody is found complaining, and the administrator there will give stupid things. If anybody is found complaining, the whole group of people, so if there are 8 in a group, everybody has to do what they were doing earlier double. So if they ran for 10 kilometers and came back and said, yeah, this was too much. Anybody complains, immediately the whole group has to go for a 20-kilometer jog after the 10-kilometer jog. So there is a brilliant book which is also written called, You Want Me to Do What? Yeah, that's the title of a book. You want me to do what? And in that book, they talk about, in this hell week, how important hope and positivity is. And in situations where everything has gone for a toss, If a Black Cat Commander of India or a Marine SEAL of US is not positive, how will they overcome challenges and how will they win? So with this as the mind frame, here are a few very strong and fast bullet points for all of you. Point number one. First, everybody is in trouble. There is not a single business where we can say they are not in trouble. Everybody is in trouble. So if your business is also in trouble, it's no big deal. Everybody is in trouble. So stop complaining. Two, this is a time where let's be a little practical. I've been speaking to a few very high-level decision makers, and what are their thoughts about this crisis? At best, this crisis will get over in about 12 to 15 months, at best. At worst, it might carry on for a little more time. Till a vaccine is found which can solve this issue of COVID-19, lockdowns are here to stay. There are areas which will be opened up, then there are areas which will close down. Wherever numbers are increasing, immediately over there, lockdown is going to happen. So we have to experiment, open, close, open, close, open, close. This instability is going to be a part of our life, at least for the next 12 to 15 months, if not more. My entire session today is about what should be our approach in the next 3 months definitely, and maybe for the next 12 months. I have about 20 more minutes, so let's go all out. Point number one, everybody is in trouble. Point number two, till a vaccine is found, there is bound to be a lot of uncertainties. Point number three, conserve cash as much as you can. Be very conjuice when it comes to your cash. Do not spend your money on anything unless it is unnecessary. The more cash you have, the more mental stability you have. The more cash is available, the more daring moves you can make. Point number four, if any one of you is in rented premises, let's say your office, this is a good time to renegotiate the rent if rent is a major component of your business. I was speaking with Sharadji Heda day before yesterday. He's the CEO of a company called Microland, which is about 10,000 employees. And he was saying that we are kind of negotiating for a 50% off because most of our people are now comfortable working from home. So even if we reduce our office space by 30%, it's absolutely okay. So in about 1 month's time, we will bring down our rent by at least 50%, conserve that cash because rent saved is money which is there in our hand at that moment immediately. We are going to see how is it that we can use it for more fruitful purposes. See your team as your greatest strength. Do not let go of people. You know, in this time, the greatest asset that you have is your people. If your people can rally around you, if they can believe you, trust you, and if you can lead them properly, you will have an edge over everybody else in the market. So don't see your employees as an expense right now. Rent is an expense, EMI is an expense. These are all outflows. But people have the mindset to see your people as your greatest strength and ask yourself, how best can I use them? Don't see them as an expenditure. See them as people who are huge resources and ask yourself this question, how is it that I can use them to benefit my organization in a very, very big way? This is what you need to ask. Next, this is what I believe is the best time to hunt for customers. You know, customers who are not available to you, today they have time. Whether they will buy immediately from you, whether there will be a deal immediately or not, but they have the time and they're going to listen to you. Earlier, if they gave you 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes, 10 minutes, they did not reply to your emails, to your phone calls. Right now, they are available, they also have time, and they also want to use this time to find out what can they learn for the future. Tomorrow, they would also like to partner with people who are positive and who can offer something superb in these difficult times. So I've been telling my business friends, I've been telling my students who do my business program that this is the time for you to go all out in hunting of customers. And if anybody over here has products which are international in nature, where these products can be exported. This is the time where you get in touch with people all across the world. Even if somebody was buying from China, they don't want to be dependent on China anymore. And fortunately, the way Narendra Modi is leading this country with strength, with vision, with dare, and with big moves, courageous moves. Never before in the history of our country has a prime minister been said as a dear friend, a savior of humanity, etc., etc. Last probably these words were used for Mahatma Gandhi. Last probably this was used for Mahatma Gandhi, and this time it is being used for Prime Minister Narendra Modi. So the whole world is now looking forward to India. They are looking forward to India as smart people because they have contained coronavirus so well. So in case you have international customers, hunt for them. In fact, be a hunter par excellence and hunt for all the top level customers that you would like to have. So best time to hunt for customers. Next, let me give you an analogy. If I have to make chai for you, and you say, Naren, मेरे को एक masala chai बना के पिलाओ, I will probably take 12 minutes to make that chai. And in 12 minutes, I'll probably bring you a cup of chai, maybe with a few biscuits. But in making of the actual chai, I may not have taken more than 3 or 4 minutes. You know, putting that water, putting the chai patti, putting that adrak, putting that doodh, all this put together wouldn't have needed more than 4 minutes max. 8 minutes have gone into switching the gas on, finding where the cups are there, chai ke liye chalni kidhar hai, where is the chai patti kept properly. 8 minutes would have gone only in finding the resources. My dear friends, I believe every organization functions like this, where there are 2 kinds of things that we do. One which we call as useful work, and the other which we call as the wasteful work. Now in these 12 minutes of making chai, 4 minutes was useful work and 8 minutes was wasteful work. Normally when we talk about business improvements, and this is the point now, focus on making good, smart business improvements. Now when I say good, smart business improvement, what do I mean? It means first segregate your work into these parts. Which is the productive part, useful part of your work, and which is the non-productive, not useless, but let's say a wasteful part of our work. How is it that you are going to now save this 12 minutes into 9 minutes, 8 minutes, 7 minutes? So if a question is asked to you that if I have to make chai properly, where should I focus on? On efficiency in 4 minutes or efficiency in 8 minutes? Should my focus be on efficiency in 4 minutes or efficiency in 8 minutes? You know, in a normal day, my experience as a business coach tells me people focus more on the 4 minutes and less on the 8 minutes. So even with a lot of research, I'm able to create a mix. Like Girnar is a company which has this ready-made chai mix, boil water, put the masala and chai is ready. It has reduced that 4 minutes into 30 seconds. But that 8 minutes is still there. Think in your business, what is the useful part of work? Where 4 minutes can become a little less, but 8 minutes can be eliminated in total. So in your work, identify what is the useful work and what is wasteful work. As you're sitting in your home, go through any typical day at office, 9:30 in the morning to 7:30 in the evening. Time तुम्हारा किधर जाता है? Actual hardcore smart business का कितना use हुआ? And how much of it was actual waste? In that time, how can you make productive use of your time? This is the best time to think and analyze, and therefore making yourself efficient. Because the speed of a train depends on the speed of the coach. And you are the leading engine. You are the leading coach of your organization. When you move your efficiency from 1x to 3x and 4x, the entire organization has to do brilliantly well. Use this time of lockdown to do this very solid analysis about yourself and improve yourself. Now, a smart question for you. What do you think are your competitors doing right now? What do you think are your competitors doing right now? Well, I don't know what your competitors are doing, but if I was in your place or a competitor to you, 50% of my time will go in just talking to my customers. One is hunting for new customers, and the other is talking to my existing customers. Now, as a friend, I can talk and I can ask, okay, what's happening in life? Is there anything do good for you? What are your dreams? 5 years, 10 years down the line, where do you want to go? Let's say, for example, my friend Guru, who might be here today, he runs a chartered accountancy firm. They do a turnover of about 30 crores. And as a friend, I ask him, darling, in 10 years' time, where do you see yourself? So if he says, right now, we have about 100 chartered accountants working for us. 10 years' time, we should have about 500 chartered accountants working for us. Today, it's 30 crores. 10 years down the line, I would love to have a 150 crore company. We are talking about vision. We are not talking about business. I know his dreams. He knows my dreams. The bonding between us becomes much better in these times. So if I was in your place, at least 50% of my time will go in talking to my customers. Now, as I'm talking to my customers, I'm not talking just about business. I'm talking about life. I'm talking about families. I'm talking about their concern. I'm talking about what's happening to their children's life. Talking about how's the atmosphere at home. We don't get such chances ever in our life. So use this time to speak with your customers and develop a bonding of the heart with them. By the way, before I forget, let me also say, every day dress up as if you are going to office and sit to do your work. Just because if you are at home and if you dress casually, trust me, much part of our work will also be casual. Have a chair, have a table, wear your proper shirt and pant and sit for your work. You will find it will make a lot of difference. What else? Now here is a challenge for you. Let's say business starts on 4th of May. In 48 hours, can you make your business running at 100%? For that, what is the planning which is required? For that, who has to do what preparation? So at my office, let's say it's me, it's my elder daughter Jo, it is Anu who takes care of office admin, it is Mansi who takes care of creatives, it is Tahira who takes care of a lot of client coordination. It is Neha who takes care of writing of content. Now, if we have to begin on 5th of May, and if we have to begin, let's say at an ambitious level, 5th of May when we come, within half an hour, we should be working at our peak. उसके लिए preparation क्या करना पड़ेगा? Don't wait to start that preparation 2 days before you know it's going to open. Start preparing now so that when you start, you hit the ground running. And finally, I will give you some bullet points. And take these bullet points. If you have a pen and paper or if you have something handy to write on, you may write it. There are a few things which we require as businessmen to get our business scalable and to function at peak profitability. I'm just going to let out these bullets of these 10 points. I have about 7 or 8 minutes with us, and in this, I have to give you about 10 points. So I will take about 30 seconds for each point. 1, get your team right. If you know there is a missing part in your team, right now is the time when people who can become a part of your team also have time to talk to you. You know, normal day to day, if we have to do HR work or build a team, we are so busy, we hardly have time to get the right person. We don't have time to talk to the right people enough number of times to find if there is a sync or not. use this time to build your team. For example, at Wow Parenting, we realized we don't have the right marketing brain. We have a brilliant product brain, we have a brilliant content brain, we have a brilliant systems brain, we have a very good creative brain. We don't have the right marketing brain. Now we have used this 3 weeks to get in touch with a couple of people who can drive the marketing work beautifully for Wow Parenting. What is that missing piece in your organization? Identify that, and by the time you reopen, you should have the right people in your team ready to work with you. That's a challenge. 2, get your product right. What do I mean by right product? In very simple terms, right product is a profitable product which can be scaled. Right product is a profitable product which can be scaled. In this time, think in your business, what can be the right product? And start thinking ideas about from where you'll source it, how are you going to manufacture it, how you're going to put it together, but get the right product in place. My darling friends, I'm talking about very essential parts of business. If you can get it right, you will find this lockdown would have been the most beautiful blessing in your life. Point number 3, get your distribution marketing fantastically in place. Now you know it, but I will repeat it. A great product, ordinary marketing, failure of a product. An ordinary product, great marketing, super successful product. While we get the product right, if we don't have kick-ass marketing, brilliant distribution, we will not be able to juice it out. It's almost like you have a ganne ka juice ka machine, you are putting the sugar cane once, it needs to go through it 3 more times because there's so much juice in it, but you don't have the marketing right. You're putting it through once and then you're throwing the sugar cane out. You don't know how to juice it out. So get your marketing right. 4th, start using brilliant use of technology. Use technology at every level. You know, use of technology is not just creating an app or making a website or using Tally for your accounts. So much of technology goes into the background, goes into the backend, goes into data analysis, goes into follow-ups, goes into markers and systems by which you know, okay, this person ka overdue payment ho gaya, automatic mail should go, automatic reminder should go. If you have sent a mail to somebody and 3 days answers has not come, the system should tell you, do you need a nudge? In 3 days that fellow has not answered to you. Use technology for your backend. Next point, innovation. What is it that you can do a little differently which adds a lot of value to your client's life? Sometimes it can be something as simple as reminding twice to your client about something. Sometimes it can be just telling them the new trends in the market is like this, just thought I will keep you updated. Sometimes it can be something as simple as your license is about to expire in so and so days. It's still about 3 minutes ago, but I just thought I will let you know. Do you have any question that you wish to answer me? Sometimes it can be making your network available for those people. Innovation. You know, have you heard of a company called ID Fresh? Down south, Chennai, Bangalore, you would have definitely heard about ID Fresh. Started about 4,200 days ago. This guy called Mustafa PC with 50,000 rupees. Today does a turnover of 1,500 crores. Now, making of idlis is no rocket science. Down south, every lady in the house knows how to make idli. And yet out of that, how can he create a 1,500 crore company? I was speaking with him last Monday and he was saying during this lockdown, we are feeding close to 24 lakh people every day through our products. A traditional lady at home through that grinder can grind about 1.5 kgs of dal and chawal together to make idli ka batter. He has invented and brought a machine from Germany by which they can make 5,000 kgs of batter every hour without a loss in quality. And the cost of production has gone down by 90% as far as labor is concerned. Innovation is the name of the game. You know, making a washing machine is good, But in the washing machine, a small innovation or a tray through which soap can fall automatically in the garment. The cost of that innovation is 78 rupees. The company sells its machine with that for 2,000 rupees more. From the entire washing machine, it makes 2,000. And from that tray with the cost of 78 rupees, it is making 2,000. That's the value of innovation. You don't have to invent the washing machine. But think, what is the tray which is required inside that washing machine? Innovation is the name of the game. In your profession, what do you think can be innovation? And finally, can you create the spirit of your team in a way where we have uncompromising ethics in the way we work? Uncompromising ethics in the way we work. When people think about ethics, they should think about you. When people think about values and principles, they should think about you. When people think about somebody positive, they should think about you. When people think about innovation, they should think about you. When people thinking about right team, right product, right distribution, right technology, right branding, they should think about you. In this lockdown, all these things can be done. For these things, for most of these things, you don't need the manufacturing plant all. You need your mind to be on. You need some research to be on. You need the team to be working where there's an exchange of ideas which is on. If you can do that, you'll be surprised. You'll be pleasantly surprised with the kind of results that you are able to produce from your organization. I very deeply believe that this lockdown period can be the biggest blessing in your life. I repeat what Winston Churchill said, do not waste a crisis. Now, to complete what I am saying, two small things. Habits die hard. And we need to break those habits to create habits of excellence. Habits die hard. But to create an excellent business organization, we need to create habits which will help us to win. There was a building on fire, and a lady with a child was stuck on the third floor. Nobody knew what to do. The staircase was jammed, lift was not working, and that lady from the window with the child is shouting, "Save us, save us, save us." The fire engines are still coming, they are not able to reach. And then they saw something beautiful. A guy comes running ahead, looks at that lady and says, "Throw your child down, I will catch your child." People around think, this crazy fellow from the third floor. The lady was also horrified. What nonsense, wild guy. And the guy says, "Don't worry, I am one of the world's best footballers. So I will be able to catch your baby. Don't bother at all. Your baby will be very safe in my arms. Throw the baby." The mother still had doubts, but this guy kept insisting, "Throw your baby, throw your baby, throw your baby." And after some time, with a lot of hesitation, the mother threw the baby. The guy caught it beautifully well, clutched it to the chest. The crowd cheered for him. And in the next moment, the guy took the baby in front and kicked the baby. Stupid joke, right? Now, why do you think the guy kicked the baby? Would you like to put it in the comments column? Why do you think the guy kicked the baby? Of course, habit. Force of habit. So I understand habits die hard. But then habits which are not productive leads to this kind of disasters. Today, when we have time to think and change many things about our life, it is the perfect time for us to break our habits, to move into habits which will help us to win in life. Today, if we don't change our habits, maybe a greater tragedy will be required for us to change our habits. And for the final 2-3 minutes, I've written a book which is called 5 Steps to Write an Autobiography. And in that book, I write the story which is the most interesting part of an autobiography is not the achievements, but the obstacles that were overcome to have some achievements. I have 10 crores with me and I earn 2 crores in a year. Okay, my achievement is earning of 2 crores. You don't have finance. You have 50 lakhs with you and you earn 2 crores. The net achievement for both of us in income tax balance sheet, it is 2 crores. But whose achievement will be greater, your or mine? Any day, your achievement will be much greater. Any day, your achievement will be much greater. Why? In 10 crores to earn 2 crores, the obstacles I have overcome were kind of insignificant. Out of 50 lakhs to earn 2 crores, the obstacles that you had to overcome would have been huge and very, very significant. How about taking this lockdown time as an opportunity to create some memories which can go into your autobiography? Where 5 years, 10 years, 15 years down the line when you write, one of the chapters would be how that period of lockdown helped me to change my life completely. How the period of the lockdown helped me to completely and comprehensively change my life. Yeah, I really wish you see this time as a huge opportunity to make a huge difference in your life, in the life of your loved ones, and definitely in your business too. I've shared some pointers with you about what you can do during this time, with the understanding that there is going to be uncertainty. 12 to 15 months, this opening up, closing up, opening up, closing up, part-time working, not working, some parts working, not working is going to be a part of our life. Get prepared for this uncertainty at least for 12 to 15 months. Be absolutely powerful and hopeful for your team and for your business organization. Reach out to your customers and have a great time together. If you think this session was useful for you, do let me know in the comment section. Okay, these are the things which I really enjoyed out of this session. In case you have certain questions with respect to the points that I have raised, do post it over here or do post it in the group that we created for this, and I'll see if I can write all the answers today itself. At such a short notice, thank you so much for coming. And before you go, let me get the grid view right so that we can take a photograph and put it for memory forever. So there are some of you whose video is off. May I request you to have your videos on so that I can share this photo with you. And we will remember this day as a day when we learned some things important and significant for our business. So I've just taken a screenshot and I've captured it in the WhatsApp group. I'll share this with all of you. Thank you so much for coming, and may I wish all of you to excel in your business in the future, and may this time be the turning point of our businesses for our customers and for our families. Thank you so much. Do well. Love you all, and Jai Hind.